one word today that has affected our lives, directly or indirectly as individuals. One word I could speak to you today that will strike fear in your hearts. This one word is cancer. I want to illustrate to you today about a young man who at the age of only 3 years old was diagnosed with acute lymphatic leukemia. Not knowing the choices that his parents would have to make for him. Not knowing if he would ever get to drive a car. Not knowing if he would ever reach college. Not knowing if he would ever even have a family of his own. 1 month later, he was in remission. But 4 months after that, the pain and the agony of that one word, cancer, came back as he relapsed. The doctors put him on 3 years of chemotherapy. And after that, he went into remission. But 4 months later, again, he relapsed. The doctors had no choice at this time but to put him on stronger chemotherapy, even though they knew that it would weaken his physical body. But even that didn't work. 4 months later, he relapsed again. As the doctor walked into the hospital room, his parents could see by the look on the doctor's face that they had a tough decision to make, a difficult decision, a decision that would not only affect their lives forever, but their child's. The doctor gave them 3 choices. 1, they could take their child, whom they loved so much, home and let him die. 2, they could put their child on more chemotherapy and only postpone his death. Or 3, they could try a bone marrow transplant. And even with this, he only had a 10% chance of life and a 90% chance of death. Choices. Deuteronomy 30:19 says, "This day I call heaven and earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live." He provided all this young man's needs. He provided a Christian doctor that said he would do all that he could do, but he was in God's hands. He provided a strong church family and a strong family, and he even provided a perfect match of bone marrow from his own brother. Philippians 4:19 says, "God will provide all my needs according to his riches and glory." Just as God made provisions for this young man, he has made provisions for the sinners of our world when he crucified his flesh on the cross for us. 1 Peter 2:24 says, "Who his own self bore our sins in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sin, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes we were healed." Today, we are those parents. We have the choice to choose life or death for the sinners of our world. We have the choice to either tell a sinner about Jesus so that he may live, or to not tell a sinner about Jesus so that he may die in his sin. Sin is a life-threatening illness, and God has called us all to be doctors in a dying world. So make the choice to witness today so that the dying people in our world will have the opportunity to choose life. I am that 3-year-old boy, and I stand before you today, 16 years old, 9 years later, and I'm free from that one word, cancer, because Jesus still heals.